Hello, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. In this video, we are going to unpack and look at the future for Jennifer Aniston and her new guru boyfriend, Jim Curtis, which I keep forgetting his name. I keep wanting to call him Tony Curtis. Shame on me. He works in the same industry that I do, but let's get to it right after this. Hello, Tarot fam. So I already brought up the card view because I'm cramming before I'm doing my live today. I have a live reading room. It's Thursday and I'm trying to get this in. A lot of stuff has gotten in the way all week long, but we talked about the astrology on that. So let's get going. Jennifer Aniston, you guys know her, you love her. She was not my favorite. I didn't love Friends. I'm just going to be honest. I thought she was amazing. And Along Comes Polly. I loved her with Ben Stiller and I loved her in the breakup with the other guy. I can't remember his name. But anyway, she's now with Jim Curtis. Jim Curtis he is a life coach and a hypnotherapist. Love hypnotherapy. Life coaching, I don't know. My jury's still out on that. I think it's kind of a weird industry at the moment. It doesn't seem like life coaches, the ones that I've met, don't really seem to have their own ducks in a row. So I'm not sure if they should be coaching on lives. But anyway, let's talk about this. He works with altered states, the subconscious, and transformation. His profession, as does mine, naturally triggers a lot of skepticism and questions. So, one of the things when you kind of tread into this spiritual world, you got to be a little careful and you got to, unfortunately, develop a tough skin because people will say, you're a fraud or you're a scammer or you're just making it up as you go along. So those of us who have studied for a long time, Jim Curtis has been in his industry for a long time. Like me, I've been doing this for over 35 years. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. So a lot of people are questioning, is he shady? And what is this dynamic situation between the two of them? So let's talk a little bit about their astrology. Jennifer Aniston, core astrological themes for her. You guys know I'm starting to study astrology starting next month. She's an Aquarius sun, which is independence, detachment, future-oriented love. So sometimes when you get that independent Aquarius vibe in there, it sometimes makes people singletons for a long time. She needs mental equality, which also is going to be career equality. I think that's why her and Brad Pitt were actually a pretty good mix. Respect for autonomy. So she does want her privacy and her personal stuff to be respected, and a partner who does not consume or eclipse her identity. And I think we did see a little bit of that with Brad Pitt because there was this quest for her to still have a movie and television career. So her love patterns, she has bonded deeply. We did see this with Justin Theroux, her second husband. She bonds very, very deeply. It does look that like she loves very deeply. She nurtures very deeply. But she kind of pulls away when some of that autonomy is taken away or when someone attempts to manage her autonomy. Hypnosis plus an Aquarius equals a tension point because hypnosis itself is manipulating the autonomy. All of us want to smoke, drink, spend, do all those things. When we get hypnotized, the hypnosis practitioner is taking over that autonomy, even if it's automatic. So one of the things we want to ask is Jim Curtis someone who supports her sovereignty or is subtly shaping her as a partner for himself? Let's bring some cards up on that right away. I've been shuffling these for a while. Is he going to support her sovereignty. Yes, that is a yes. With time, what happens in time? Seven of Teacups. I think he does open a lot of different doors for her. Nine of Biscuits in reverse. And just so you know, we're using the Cottage Magic Tarot. I will have this tagged in YouTube so that you guys can purchase it if you'd like. So this Nine of Biscuits, he's going to let her kind of pull down those walls a little bit, which may be really good. Sometimes when we have people who are autonomous, sometimes they build walls that are really, really high and tall and difficult to open up to others. So I think this is okay. We're going to ask, is this a dangerous relationship for her? I got to ask. I know you want to know. I want to know. Is it, the devil has come home. Six of Teacups. So here's my concern. Six of Teacups and Five of Candles. Six of Cups, Five of Wands. This is my concern with this relationship. Everything's too rosy. We can't have everything is fantastic and look at it with rose-colored glasses. There's got to be some divots in the relationship. So I'm wondering if everything kind of gets smoothed over with sweetness. So we'll see a little bit more. Let's talk a bit about the numerology for Jennifer Aniston. So she's a strong 6-9 energy right now. We're using her name, the Pythagorean numerology, and the 6-9 energy indicates love, healing, service, completion. So I do think that when Jennifer Aniston meets an individual that is a guru of sorts, I think that she is full in, like jumping in with both feet. I'm going to help. This is a great thing for me, for other people. I think she really does do that. She's an overgiver. I think we know that. And I do think she carries a lot of emotional stuff with her. So offloading that is, I think, a good thing. Hopefully this guy's going to help her offload some of that, or some of her other therapies are going to help her with that. There's a little bit of desperation for this time. This time it's going to be perfect. Is she feeling that way right now? Four of Teacups. Temperance. I think this guy is missing a few aspects for her, but I do think he's fun in the moment. So Three of Cups is always a good one to have with relationships. So now looking at Jim Curtis, he has some, I pulled apart his vocational numerology and we get 7, 11, 22, which are interesting numbers to get for the hypnosis archetype, which gives us in-depth influence, teacher energy. Is their numerology compatible? Is it a mirror? The Chariot. I think they both want to move together. A guide. I do think that they will be kind of cloistered in that guiding. And a lesson. Two of Quills. I think ultimately we're going to see that they're going in two different directions. I think really, now that doesn't mean that they're breaking up, but I think that we are going to see them, having different goals, having different aspirations. So while we're talking about that, do they have incongruent goals for their coupling? Her goals, his goals, her goals. Ace of Quill. Oh, now this is kind of neat. Once upon a time, Madonna stated that she was dating people to absorb creative ability and qualities out of them. There was famously a drummer that she dated when she moved to New York that she learned how to drum. Like that was part of the relationship. And I always say that every relationship we have, there is a give and take in that relationship. So I do think that she is taking from this relationship a little bit more than she's putting in. He is looking at this as a more long-term relationship kind of thing. So why did they come together? Why did they come together? the Chariot in reverse, Page of Candles in reverse, Eight of Teacups. I think this is a kind of a reboundy relationship. That doesn't mean that they were both coming off a relationship in that moment when they met. But sometimes we're still carrying that emotional baggage or emotional scar tissue from a past relationship. And we might not have gotten the closure. We might not feel as good as we want to. We may not be as strong as we want to be. And I think that that was something here. I think they were both filling a void for each other, filling a void. So not the worst thing in the world. Sorry, guys. I am bundling up because I'm a little bit cold down here. It is chilly. It was 7 degrees when we got up this morning. 7 Fahrenheit. 7. I told one of my friends last night in Northern Ireland, my girlfriend Samantha, I told her it's 14 degrees or something. And she goes, oh, that's not that bad. It's so and so. And she goes, oh wait, that's Fahrenheit. And she did the math, and we were -10 Celsius. I think it was terrible. It was really cold. So I think that they came together in the moment. I think there was a dearth of options in the moment. And I think they came together in that moment because there wasn't really a lot of options. That doesn't mean that both of them are not attractive and good looking people, but I think there just wasn't a lot of options out there. What's his true intention emotionally? We already got the Ace of Cups. Let's see. True intention emotionally. 3 of Cups. He's a little head over heels on her. I think this is a delight to be around her. And she's adorable, right? I mean, like I said, she was not my favorite. But she's adorable. She's very cute. She is timeless. There's a little vampire energy going on there with all that good looking. She is just pretty beyond pretty. So in great shape. Chef's kiss. So I think he's a little head over heels about her. I think he's very, very excited. What about her emotional readiness? Is she emotionally ready for this kind of avalanche of emotion? Queen of Biscuits. No, she hasn't defined the rest of her life yet. And, that is something. I mean, she's got an amazing place. All of her, her love of decorating and aesthetic and Brad Pitt's architecture. I would love to have seen any of the homes that they lived in together. But I think she does not know exactly what the rest of her world is like. I think she's still crafting that world. Does that mean she's moving out of her place and moving into another one? I don't think so. But I think she does not know what the rest of that world looks like, where she lands at age 70. I don't think she knows yet. So that's okay. That's okay. Is there an imbalance in the power dynamic? We're pulling 2 cards, one for her, one for him. One for her, Justice in reverse, and the Ace of Teacups, power dynamic. So when we're looking at power dynamics or who wins, which hand wins in this case, this Justice card wins because it is a major arcana. This one is minor arcana and it's at the bottom of the batch. So it is just really the beginning of it. So I do think that possibly playing a little bit coy on his part, like, I really don't want to be in it to win it. I think he's concealing a few things there that may come off from some of us who are more energetically astute as seeing it as positioning or shady behavior. Some people may read it like that. This Justice in reverse, I think that she's going to attempt to uplift him and his career and his profile. I think she's going to try and do that because I think she wants to bring him up to a level that she's at. Hangman in reverse, not so sure if that's a great idea. We'll keep unpacking. So, hidden dynamic. Hidden dynamic. Is there anything that the two of them are hiding from each other? 10 of Biscuits. She's pretty settled. So, Lovers in reverse. So, I just said she doesn't know how the rest of her world looks. That doesn't mean that she doesn't have the money and the means. That just means she doesn't know what it looks like. She's not examining what she looks like at 70 years old, what her world looks like at 70 years old. But in the meantime, she's got everything that she needs, except for that one thing, except for that decent partner, participating partner, equal work partner. The Lovers in reverse here. Remember, when I read, Lovers more often comes up in a business aspect. I don't know why, that's just the way that it works for me. But this is more of a business aspect. I think that his businesses are not on the same part. I said that in the last spread, that I think she's going to try and uplift him and bring him up to her level of success. Not such a great idea. You know, spiritual people out here, you know, we are not multimillionaires usually. You have to have really good press on that. So where does all this go? Where does this relationship go if everything remains unchanged? Knight of Quills. We're going to see more intellectual dynamics. Give me details on that, Tarot. Wheel of Fortune. She's going to fix some mistakes and try and put him more in that Emperor seat. And we have Queen of Biscuits. I think she's going to be paying for it. She's going to invest. So I don't want to say like he's going to fleece her for money or anything like that, but she's going to invest into his business, which I think is fine. Valentine's Day message for them. This is our advice card. Advice card. Death in reverse. There is no evolution in this relationship. So I do think, is she doing a repeater? Is this a Jen Aniston repeater? Page of Candles. Oh, you know, I don't know if there's enough gas in the tank for this to kind of go the distance. Are they better off being guru and investor? Are they better off with that kind of a dynamic? Is it better for Jennifer to be oh boy, I don't know if this is going to work, guys. I think while he seems harmless and not likely to break her heart, he is not likely to heal her heart, because I don't think that his empire is in place yet. I think he needs a lot more work on his empire. So it's going to take a little bit of time. We're going to keep looking at them. I think they're an interesting couple, mainly because Jim Curtis is in my world. He's doing hypnosis. He's doing life coaching. He is doing the spiritual stuff. So I have followed him a little bit. I've paid attention to some of his work. So I think he's an interesting fellow. I don't know if he's my cup of tea. I really like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dick Sutphin, those kinds of dudes. So we'll have to see as this relationship develops. But let me know in the chat if you guys want to see like a blow by blow, month by month for them, careful advice for their relationship or anything like that. Real curious if you guys want to see more of this. So as always, I thank you so much for participating in my channel, for spending your time here. I know you have a lot of choices on the #1 streaming network in the world, YouTube, but we are going to be live in just a little bit. I'm going to drop this video probably after that. I don't know if I have enough time to get, I may have enough time to get it up, but I don't want you guys watching it until after the live. So until then, everybody stay warm. It is freezing cold here in New Jersey. We are going to get another snowstorm this weekend. Gregopedia has put one of our TVs back up in the den so I can go right over there and snuggle up with a blanket and watch Netflix and chill, or cuddle up with a dog, or cuddle up with a stuffed animal or a nice blanket. I hope you guys are doing the same, but I thank you so much. If you are curious about your future or your love life, you can contact me through the links in my About section. Until then, I will see you in the future.